It is a multi-million-dollar industry constantly surrounded by controversy. We're talking about hip-hop.
I realize completely that I violated the law, and I accept that I must be punished. I take it very seriously.
In the 1970s, during the time of the Vietnam War and the influx of heroin in the black community, a voice came out of the ghetto that said, "We got our own thing." Hip-hop started in forms of dancing, graffiti, MCing, and DJing. Though the not-so-humble beginnings of hip-hop are long gone, those pioneers and many others have paved the way for the lifestyle we have today.
What you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello. Up to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow.
For the past 30 years, hip-hop has revolutionized into an honest, in-your-face form of expression,
from several bullet
better
wounds
known
sustained
as
Saturday
the voice
night, September
of the
7th.
hood.
He was 25 years old. Shakur was shot 4 times after leaving the Mike Tyson boxing match in Las Vegas in a car driven by Marion Suge Knight, the head of his label, Death Row Records.
And in Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Hip-hop is controversy. Groups like NWA and beefs like that between Tupac and Biggie prove that passion is so a part of this genre. But forget about the norms that the media portrays for hip-hop, like the video girls, glorification of drugs and violence, and its lack of meaning.
The point is that hip-hop has created so much difficult art for many people because it's coming from people we're not used to hearing from. Poor black and Latino people who grab the microphone. This is a problem for black middle-class people, certainly for the broader mainstream American culture, but it has such incredible insight. You know, a guy like Jay-Z writing about his father. Now, all my teachers couldn't reach me, and my mama couldn't beat me enough to match the pain of my pops not seeing me. So when you hear what they're saying, you have to pay attention to the soul.
Say they catch all the heat from society, while violent movies, TV shows, and video games rarely come under the same kind of fire.
We're all affected by what we see growing up, right? We're all visual creatures.
So before you're a rapper or artist, anything like that, you are somebody that lives on the street, and most likely we live in black communities, and you see it. You see drugs, you hear the police sirens every night, you hear the helicopters, and you hear people getting shot.
We are the newscasters of the hood, because if, rest in peace, like my brother said, if we wouldn't talk about it, society would ignore it, like we didn't exist.
I feel like, for one, I think that it's the easiest place. It's the easiest place to sit the blame. Like I feel like that someone just wants to have something to blame society's mistakes on. And being that hip hop is probably the youngest genre of music and the most popular and the most impactful, the most sought-after genre of music right now, then we're the easiest people to blame.
Saying I'm gonna take my music. Everybody doesn't want their music to be political. Everybody doesn't want their music to tell them what to do. Everybody doesn't want their music to tell them what to wear. It's a choice. You feel what I'm saying? So I chose a different route. But do I do those type of songs? Of course I do.
The truth is told, the youth can grow.
So the problems with hip-hop are apparent, but to lump all of them together as a whole and say hip-hop is a bad thing would be wrong. How about those artists like the Fugees, Mos Def, The Roots, Common, and Talib Kweli, who give food for thought in their music? It would be unfair not to consider the good that hip-hop does for the inner city society. Hip-hop is the voice of the urban American and has spread throughout the world, from London all the way to Japan. With multi-million-dollar empires, social reforms, and a political voice, hip-hop has altered the way we make music, the way we move, the way we speak, and the way we dress. It has become the great cultural bridge for widely different groups to communicate across race, class, region, language, and national divides.
See, that's why you have to do it. Oh, keep your head up. Just put that. The first line. So say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I say the darker the flesh, then the deeper the roots. I give all to my sister's own welfare. Tupac kids, and don't nobody else care. Check. I know they like to beat you down a lot, and when you come around the block, brothers clown a lot. But please, don't cry, dry your eyes, never let up. Forgive, but don't forget, girl, keep your head up. And when he tells you you ain't nothing, don't believe him. And if you learn to love you, you should leave him. Cause sister, you don't need him. And I ain't trying to gash up, I just call it how I see it. You know what makes me unhappy? When brothers make babies and leave a young mother to be a pap. Now since we all came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and our game from a woman, I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women, do we hate our women? I think it's time we kill for our women, time to heal our women, be real to our women. Cause if we don't have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies, and since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to create one. So we're the real G's. Get up. I know you fed up, ladies. Keep your head up.